Hello everybody and welcome back to the 5th round of the 5th season of Trinity Competitive Racing. It's a Superclass. Hello everybody, my name's Alan Cavagnaro. I'm alongside MRX and we are here for the Singapore Grand Prix for the 5th round and possibly, I believe, our first night race of the season. How are you doing?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm doing good. And as always, we are back with tons of action in Trinity Competitive Racing. 19 drivers tonight on the grid to attempt tonight's Singapore Grand Prix, as we're under the lights for the first time. As last weekend, if you missed it, McSendit took victory in Italy. Odoms did have a shot, however, it just went down to the drain as McSendit took victory with leading most of the laps from pole position. So as we start here today, Odoms on the pole position in front row as it stands right now. However, there's only 4 drivers who've set a lap time so far, but we always know that Odoms is a threat when we enter every single Grand Prix. 7.5 minutes remaining, actually. I'm going to turn on the detail for the currently fitted tires. Dougie Antonio, he is right now on an out lap, and Sean Fitzy, they're putting that car in. Something must have happened while he went out for an out lap, but who do you think is going to be the biggest threat tonight? I mean, McSendit, every time he's shown up, he's won the race so far. He's only shown up to 2 of the races, but he also has 2 wins this season. Do you think he'll be a huge threat tonight?
Well, he does seem to have a lot of talent, but I have to go with Professional and Destiny as big threats. I've raced with them. I know they are quite quick. I don't know a lot about McSendit, but he does seem to have the pace, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I think you're just saying Destiny and Professional because they finished well in the championship last season. That's just me, though. That's just me, what I picked up on. But if you've missed the last 4 races or so, McSendit has won 100% of the races he's been in so far this season. First of the 2 races, he won Italy, and he also won Canada. And Odoms, out of the 3 races he's done this season, he's all gotten podiums, a first, second, and a third. And, these guys look to be really, really fast tonight. And also, a couple other guys who have gotten podiums throughout the grid. Dougie Antonio. Dougie Antonio has been really consistent. And, of course, Sean Fitzy. Those are guys inside the top 4. They all pose a huge threat tonight. And we do have 5.5 minutes remaining. And Odom still stands on the front with 12 drivers who have set a lap time. And believe it or not, McSendit is only behind by 6 thousandths of a second. Can it get any closer than that?
I don't think it really can.
Yeah, I mean, especially at a track like this where one mistake can cost you. It's just really close at the gap got between. Brennan's been disqualified from the session. His car is getting slowed down, and yeah, he's been disqualified. I don't know what he's been disqualified for, but I'm not surprised to say the least.
Classic Brennan.
Yep. So, NR in third after missing the last 2 rounds. He's back with McLaren, and right now his time is only 3/10 off of Odoms. He could pose a threat and also a dark horse tonight as he returns back with McLaren. He's going to come in for one final time. He's going to put on, again, the softest compound, which are the Ultras, and he's going to freshen up his strategy by lowering the fuel mix to get a lighter car. And he'll try and go out there when there's more grip out on the track towards the end of the session for a final run. We just got to hope that, it's faster than his previous time.
Now, I don't know if my screen is glitching or not, but Dougie Antonio is back in the pits. He doesn't seem to have set a time yet. I thought it looked like he was going to set one there, but he's back in, so I don't know what's happened. But he still has time, so let's see where he can qualify.
Yeah.
Going up, it seems most people are in the pit.
Yeah.
GTR Lions coming in. Motor City is... He's spun around on the track. He gets going again.
Yeah. I was going to ask you a question before we started this, but I forgot. Do you have your share broadcast audio turned on? I'm not sure if you do or not. I just want to make sure. Because sometimes people forget to turn it on.
Yeah, I turned it on just before.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, we go through the grid. Again, 6 thousandths of a second are between Odoms and McSendit. If something happens during the race, well, it's going to be pretty funny because both of these guys are in the same party as we speak right now. So it's going to be a little interesting to see just, if something happens between the two, just in case, so we're going to have to keep our eyes peeled on them. Again, just in case if something happens. But for the time being, they stand on the front row. And it looks to be pretty interesting. As, again, we're still waiting for guys like Dougie Antonio and Sean Fitzy to set a lap time. They're really fast in qualifying and do put on some podiums in the race. So, we gotta wait for Antonio to set a lap time. And we gotta wait for, Fitzy as well. And I keep hiccuping, so I'm sorry. I'm still a little sick, and, you know, I just gotta hold my breath for a couple minutes. But, it looks like Odom's, back out on the track. Do you think he's gonna have his time dip into the 136s?
Well, no, I've been watching it here, and he does seem to have the talent to do it. But I think he really needs to, because Mitsenda is right on his tail. And if he doesn't improve, he might be at risk of getting that pole position taken away from him.
Yeah. I put the wrong link in the chat.
I'm still wondering what Brennan managed to get disqualified for. But looking in the pit lane now, a good set of cars are coming out now, looking to get the final run-in where the track is pretty much as gripped up as it's going to get.
Yeah. I don't get it. I keep trying to share the link. I go on YouTube, and I go to the share URL thing for the live stream, and there was a link I had earlier, which was this award thing that I did, and I put it in the chat, and it's not working. So I'm gonna have to go back to the video, see if I can actually share it this time, because I didn't mean to actually share the link. So for people watching that aren't in the TCR chat, this is none of your business. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Odoms is on a flyer. We'll stay on board with him as he's trying to improve. And believe it or not, there's still around 5 or 6 guys who still have not set a lap time, and they're only stuck with a minute and a half left to do so.
Well, maybe they just decided that their best shot is to wait until track his maximum grit levels and just put all or nothing on one lap.
Someone says the link actually does work. For me, it didn't, so we're just gonna share a link here. I'm trying to get the links across. Here we go. And
also just stuck behind the car. Oh, he dives into the pits. Okay.
Yeah, and Odom slow now. I think he wants this lap to be his flyer here as he extends the track limits off the final corner. Again, just want to get this link sent out. But yeah. Okay, I think I fixed the issue now.
Oh, Seafreeze is at the session.
I didn't even know he joined. You know, he said he joined a little bit late in qualifying. So I wouldn't be surprised if he joined. But yeah, now it says Seafreeze has joined. Something I am going to point out, I am a bit surprised to see the running order. I mean, Professional just jumped his time by half a second, but I mean, the top 6 are more than a second separated, so really, it's only going to be a couple cars contending for the show tonight. But as qualifying ends, Odom still in Sector 2, Mitsenda a little bit farther up actually behind the road, I mean. A little bit behind. Yep, because Odom just went through the bridge section. Professional running wide through that section, and NR, again, none of these guys are close to the end of their lap times. Here's Destiny. He has Speedster right behind him. I mean, does Speedster have the speed to get by? Looks like he's holding up right now, but he'll have the advantage of the slipstream. And Destiny's absolutely bended into the barrier. And he is not satisfied with that lap time. However, he does get out of the way of Speedster. That was interesting. Destiny's season so far has not been the greatest compared to a defending champion here in TCR.
But meanwhile, the pulsator crosses the line. He does not improve. It doesn't look like. So that's his time, 1:37, 1:23. Mitsenda. He's coming up to the last corner now. And it is a 1:36. Mitsenda has a 1:36. I can't say if that's an 8 or 6.29. So he's the first and only car to dip into the 136s, and that means he will sit on pole for Singapore Grand Prix.
Speedster got his lap invalidated, and wasn't looking good anyway. He had a lot of dirty air from Destiny. He got held up a lot. So here's our qualifying order. McSendit, Merquezi, which is Odoms, and it's NR, Dougie Antonio, Professional, Sao Paulo, B Smooth, Tyrone, Sean Fitzy back in 9th. He has a lot of work to do tonight. After that, it is Aero Strike rounding out the top 10. 11th is Destiny, 12th GTR, 13th Xander, 14th Motors, 16th King Chris, 17th John Dog, 18th Speedster at no time, and Blaster Brennan, 19th after getting disqualified in qualifying.
Well, here's the question I have for you. I know you've raced this game quite a lot, so how difficult do you think overtaking really is here?
Well, we also have to realize we're at a street circuit here. You can only really pass down the straights. So not only is it tough to pass here in F1 2016, with the new game, it made it a lot more tough because there's barely any slipstream compared to what you had last game, where you were flying down the straights if you're behind someone. However, we had a race that defied what I just said, the Season 5 United States Grand Prix for Superclass. Oh, that was the best race ever. And that had a lot of overtaking. So I don't think overtaking is impossible in this game. It just depends at what track we're at.
Yeah, I understand that, but... Which lap I think it's going to be?
We're checking out the formation lap. And we have Seafreeze joining us.
Yo, yo, yo. I made it!
Yes, you did.
Welcome.
Just in time. What's up, what's up?
Only notable thing is that Revs, I think we'll count him as 20th place. Not much we can do about that, because he was supposed to race tonight, and unfortunately the host, who we are not going to name, kicked him. Unknowingly. If you saw my
That's
text,
all right.
that's all right.
I did not see. I actually did not see your text. So let me look at that now. But while we're on the formation, we got some technical difficulties here. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't know what happened. Blah blah. Did Frost Hacker get in? Was he able to get in?
I think he did.
I never invited him because he's not on my friends list. And I tried.
It doesn't matter anyway. We're full anyway. They're reserved. I mean, tough luck, bud. Maybe next week. Technically the 20th driver, but we don't really need 20 drivers. I mean, I could plug my wheel in right now, and but maybe it'd be Brenner or something.
Brenner, yeah, he got disqualified in qualifying. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. I actually do believe it. I do believe it. Although all right. McSendit on the pole. I don't really know what's happening. We got McSendit, Odoms, Nur first time back in 2 weeks' time due to his karting events. Dougie, professional back after last week. Who we betting on? I say Nur.
I don't know. I'd like to say McSendit, but...
I don't know. I'm going to put my money on NR.
You're not?
I said I'm going to put my money on NR.
You are? Oh, alright. So we got two for NR and one for McSendit. I would too. It'd be pretty cool. Odoms throughout the week said calls this track sing a shit. So
I agree with that.
Maybe it's not his favorite. Maybe he's good at it. Maybe he just doesn't prefer it. But that's why I don't have him for today. But here we go.
Yep. 19 drivers set for the 5 red lights in Singapore here at the Marina Bay Street Circuit. It's the 5th round of the season. And the lights are out and we're green in Singapore. McSendit and Odoms on the front row. And already a good start for McSendit as Odoms not to the best start. There's 3 wide in the back row and 1 car was shoved wide, I saw, but it was able to recover. One of the Force Indias, I think, tried to sideswipe. That was Sean Fitzy with a terrible start. He has Xander and Aero Strike behind him, however. Going through the grid, there is some lag. And both the Saubers already out of it. John Dog, King Chris, broken front wing. Somebody spun that speed stuff off the first corner of Motor City. Oh, Motor, what were you doing there, buddy? Not the best start he had for a reserve, but the top 4 stand as is. 5th is Professional. Good start from him. Moves him up a couple places. Sao Paulo, Be Smooth, Destiny. Destiny actually moved up a couple as well. Let's look at the position changes. Actually, the top 7 did not change at all, but Destiny moved up 3 into the top 10.
Some wing damage there by Force India, I believe. Yeah,
Yep.
I think that
Sean
is
Fitzy.
Fitzy. Wow, he's down the order. Tough week for him.
Yeah, I mean, he qualified in 9th place, which is also shocking because he's in the top 4 in standings and usually gets podiums. And here the Haas is going at it. Leandre and GTR, but GTR with the outside maneuver to hang on. Also, Xander missing a front wing. He's missing a right front end plate as well. So again,
GTR's got, yeah, just gonna say, GTR's got some wing damage there.
Yeah, a lot of people wing damage. Whoa, down to the inside. There goes Brennan. That was not surprising of a move, but
there you go,
ballsy to say the least.
Brennan driving like he has something to prove.
He does have stuff to prove, not gonna lie.
He's got to beat his junior partner, King Chris.
Well, things he has to prove is if you can finish a race with 4 tires, but he's supposed to the grid. Oh, Leandre.
There we go, we have an over 11th, 12th, or whatever this place is.
Oh, did you see that? Car just went up
there. Oh, more wing damage.
Yeah, I can't even get a good camera angle because this game is just terrible.
This is one thing I was gonna say about this race. This race always has a lot of damage whenever I race here, at least, because it's so close quarters and also with lag, and sometimes drivers are a little bit too aggressive. The most important thing you can do is try to keep your nose clean for the first few laps, and then get down and see if you can get a good result.
Got some battles all over the field.
Yep, trying to keep her eyes. Brennan got by Xander, who did have front wing damage.
Dougie for 3rd is very close to NR. 3/10. Let's see if we got a move here.
Riding on board with the Ferrari of Dougie. He's now 4/10 behind NR, and you know, best running so far for NR this season. He's running in 3rd place in his McLaren. He's actually
I think there was some contact between a Williams and a Sauber.
That has to be John Dog and Motor. Oh, good old friends. They used to race each other, and now they're still racing each other, but for 17th place.
I told them they'd struggle. You could reserve all you want. You're gonna struggle though. Yeah.
You know, I think he's just going out there trying to have some fun. Yeah.
Yeah, they're having fun. Yeah, let's see Dougie on the straight here. 2/10. Ooh, a little less. Not a move here.
GTR
thinks better of it.
Dougie thought he got 3rd place last week, but
some cars are pitting.
In penalties.
GTR Xander into the pits. Lap 3. And
Sao Paulo is following very closely behind Professional. I'd be surprised if I don't see an attempt here to move soon.
Yep, front wing damage for Xander. He's getting it fixed. Yep, same with GTR, but he's putting on the soft tires compared to Xander, who's going on the supers.
Switch back for Sao Paulo.
They're side by side.
I don't know what you're watching, but here's another switch back.
Screen.
Sao Paulo looking racy here. Oh, and this brings Destiny into the picture. A 3-way battle for 5th.
Keep an onboard view.
We're in for a treat here.
Oh, this is looking good.
Watch for the dive. Sao Paulo. I like it, Sao Paulo.
And it's just a 3-car
train. Red Bull looks so good in the night.
Yeah,
it really does.
Speeds to falling back. Same with Motor City and Brennan.
Oh, he tried for a move there.
Don't know what happened in the back, but we keep our eyes in the front here for 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah, and then if you look behind, it's 8th for Be Smooth, Tyrone in 9th, and Arrow in 10th. So we have 3 packs here, and they're all kind of coming into one. Kind of interesting.
And down the straight, Tyrone trying to weave out of the slipstream. Does a good job though. hanging on in 6th Apollo, but 5th Professional. They all seem to be single file for now, but eventually once they get close enough, they will be making moves. It just, you know, with this type of racing, when it's so hard to pass and you're not close enough, you just have to be patient where you get just enough of a gap where you can make a move. And I just saw some damage or some front wing fly off of a car from hitting the barrier there, if you saw it. I'm not sure who it could have been, but we'll see for the first round of pit stops. It's only lap 4. As it looks like Speedsta and Sean Fitzy are both into the pits, and they're both putting on the soft tires, so it looks like they'll be trying to bring it on home till the end. Most likely they will not be doing that, but again, you know, when you have front wing damage, you have to repair at lap 4. It's tough for you to recover from that.
Definitely. Probably think of one stop at that point.
So 4 laps in, and we still have 19 drivers, and we're on a
Brennan is
circuit.
still racing.
I was gonna say he still has 4 tires intact.
He's moving.
Do you think that surpasses your expectations, or like what were you expecting out of this race so far in the beginning?
What am I? I don't know. I thought it'd be a big pileup, but these guys are really. If the lag stays out of it and the connection's all good, these guys are really, really talented. So I thought there'd be a big pileup in the beginning, but hey, they surprise me every week. Last week in Italy, I thought there'd be a pileup in the first chicane, but they surprised me again. So a little unexpected from my end.
Well, I didn't really have any big expectations. I knew this is a super class. I expected good close racing. And looking at this midfield battle, I think I'm getting that.
Yeah, again, this battle. I just want to keep eyes on it, because, I mean, they're single file. Eventually they're going to make a move. I think there's going to be a move right here.
Be smooth.
Be smooth. Look into the inside.
Backs out of it.
Just has to be patient enough. I mean, he thought he could make the move, but he just wasn't close enough. Whereas he could have been committed to that inside line. He's going to have to wait another lap as we approach lap 6 after this one to see if he can make a move on Destiny again.
And we got Marquez 3-second time penalty. That'll play a factor in this win for the Singapore Grand Prix.
Hey,
King Chris has retired.
Tough and disappointing season for King Chris. He finished his race on 4 tires this time, and decides to call it quits 5 laps in, manually retiring.
I bet if the safety car worked and it was functioning, he'd stay in it, because it is Singapore. But due to Codemasters not fixing their safety car, we have to have it turned off for the whole damn season.
Good job, Codemasters.
Tyrone is looking a little punchy.
Yeah. So again, Brennan!
Alright, you cannot make that up. I'm sorry. He don't have 4 wheels.
It's King Chris and Brennan every round. It's King Chris and Brennan
every round. It's King Chris and Brennan. Who's gonna go first? That'll be the poll for next, or when we come back in 2 weeks' time. Who's gonna DNF first, Brennan or King Chris?
That's disappointing. I like to see them do well, but. Speaking of doing well, keep our eyes on Tyrone and Beast Smooth. I think he's close enough to make a move. Will he be able to? He's gonna commit.
The inside.
Oh, he ran him off.
Wheel banging. I don't know about that, Tyrone.
Meanwhile, Aerostrike is now in it.
Yup, forced the Beast Smooth off and cost him a couple tenths, and now Aerostrike is to the rear end of that Red Bull of Beast Smooth for 9.
3 seconds for Fitzy. Beast Smooth's definitely not happy about that, I'll tell you that right now. He's going to try to look to get him back.
Everyone up ahead seems to be fairly spaced out, trying to make up ground on each other.
So, it goes to the grid.
Where did that pack go? They all got spread out.
Yeah,
what happened?
it just happens. I mean, down to tire wear. At first, I think they're all pushing. They're going at the same pace, and some of them either lifted off, trying to save fuel or save their tires. Maybe some are still pushing. It just goes down to the fact that they're just trying to save. But again, Beast Smooth, Tyrone, they're still pretty close to each other, so keep our eyes on them, because I think they're pretty consistent on times. And if another move does happen, remember, Aerostrike is back there intent to make a move. So 7 laps in and 2 gone, and the 2 drivers who have had the trickiest time in season number 5 for Superclass so far. What do you think is going to happen with McSendit and Odoms? Because last week they're running 1-2, and they didn't finish there, down to just pit strategy in general and just penalties from Odoms. You think that's going to be the same case today?
My prediction is Odoms has the penalty already, so you got to play that a factor in. For some reason, McSendit, from what I've noticed, he stayed out a couple more laps. He tried to do the one stop, but on the softer tires. So we have ultra soft to super soft. I'm guessing that's what he's doing. So he's probably going to stay out a couple laps. But the people, maybe Odoms, NR, and Dougie, if they get the undercut, they might be able to maybe jump him if he stays out on that longer strategy from the ultras to super softs, while Odoms, NR, and Dougie might go from the ultras to soft. So they might pit earlier because they got the harder tire. That's what I'm thinking. They might get the undercut. This race is not over yet. We'll see in a couple hours.
Yeah, we'll see. It just goes down to the fact that, again, it's racing. Sometimes the gap will increase. Sometimes it'll go down once after the pit stop phases. I think now everyone's just trying to spread out. They're trying to get used to their tires now, and then eventually they'll go for that one stop. Because, again, a lot of these guys starting on the ultra softs, they'll either go to super softs or softs, trying to get a one stop out of them. So, yeah, guys like Speedsta and Sean Fitzy, they're trying to go to the end on those tires. So, really, after that first pit stop, it'll be their second and final stint, unless if something happens. Leandri picking up that penalty, but for, most likely I'd say right now where everyone is, it should stay the same until everyone puts on tires, because some people can make the one stop on supers and some people can't, and they'll have to resort to the soft. So really, the second stint is going to be the make or break situation where some people will be on different tires, and everyone will just be running a different pace compared to the first stint.
Yeah, the yellow for a moment. I do definitely agree with that.
I was trying to see what the yellow flags were. Maybe someone just making a minor mistake. But I don't know. Destiny looked like he was closing up the car ahead for a minute while you guys were talking, but seems to have dropped a little bit further back now. So I think you're right. Things should stay the same unless something major happens. Until the pit stops.
Yeah, I think you have to have a big advantage on the car ahead in order to get past, especially in this game, in this track. You have to have a good advantage or something to get past. As there is debris all over this track. If you're looking, there is debris everywhere. If we had the safety car on, that would be lovely.
Yep. We'll like to keep our eyes on Speedsta. Despite being on the softer compound compared to everyone else, he is reeling in GTR line at an alarming rate. He's actually behind him by half a second right now. So I'd like to keep our eyes on this battle that will be brewing up for in just a moment. Sean Fitzy is putting on another pit stop, so his second set of tires for the race that he's fitting on. So it is going to be interesting to see how he stacks up against the rest of the field, but I'd also like to keep it on board as now Sao Paulo makes a pit stop. First one of the day, first one of the scheduled ones today, at lap 9 out of 31.
So he's more comfortable in that one stop.
Well, yeah, that's why he, pitted early. I mean, most likely it's either down to people being the fact that maybe some people aren't so good on the ultra soft, so really they're pitting early and putting on those soft tires. Again, it just goes down to strategy, and of course I think the one at the end is going to be the one who manages his tires really well, because again, Singapore is hard on the tires as well, because there's a lot of sweeping corners, and of course the sharp, heavy braking points, a lot of lockups too. So this track is, I wouldn't say notorious for, tire management, but, you have to be good at it to at least get a good finish tonight.
Definitely. Tire wear is one of the most important things, and it's one of Sensation's most favorite things. Tire wear. He always said, tire wear. That's what he likes. Tire wear. Loves to see how the tire wear plays a factor. How long is a pit stop here? Is it around, you guys know?
Well, I mean, you go in for a box, it's 2 seconds, and yeah, 'cause I don't know the overall time. It's like 20 or 30 seconds.
Does anybody know in the comments?
I'd 22. Say something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe 20, 30s.
Because I'm just looking at this gap from the leaders. If they pit now, will they get stuck behind somebody? Which that will also play a factor, as Dougie 3 seconds.
So right now, again, Speed's, again, he's 6 tenths behind, but just can't get it. Actually, we're gonna look up further in the grid. Dougie Antonio, he's found up just enough pace, and again, there's a lap car of Sean Fitzy who's in the way. You thought he'd be in the lead lap, and now he's gonna let him by. But yeah, these gaps are starting to close in for the front. Again, it is second and third. Odoms and NR. And whoa, he's gone off. We're gonna see 3 wide.
Fitzy. Whoa.
He's not moving, and he's holding up the McLaren of NR. Oh, this is costly.
Penalty, bud.
That's costly.
That'll be a penalty, bud.
And it's crucial because
maybe he's just so frustrated.
I don't think that'd be the case, but he's
Yeah,
keeps
like
holding it up.
Maybe he just wants.
You can't do that.
Oh. Yeah, you really shouldn't.
Who's that
you
pink car?
Sean Fitzy.
Is that Fitzy?
Yeah,
And who's the Mercedes? I'm so. Oh, Miss Odom's messed up. I mean,
Yeah, just because of
lost out
it.
by
And
a
now
lot.
his teammates there
Yeah,
to pick up
sorry,
the
I don't know
scraps.
who's in what car. I'm still trying to figure that out. So, Odom's
in the
has.
fourth now.
Also,
Not Odom's.
Seafreeze, if I were you, I'd check the comments of this race. Just letting you know, there's
Yeah, there's
maybe.
a lot.
No, I'm just saying. I
73
think
of
you'd
them.
have to moderate it. Just saying, go on the TCR
Oh, do
account. Yeah, there's some stuff getting said down there.
I have no idea how to do that. So if you're in the chat, relax a little bit.
I'm not
no
gonna
idea.
listen. Just sign into the TCR
I have no
account.
idea how to do that.
Just sign into the TCR account on your like
Oh.
laptop or something, and then
Yeah, there are some
yeah.
things being said.
Yeah, I've been looking at them. And into the pits goes Odoms and Sean Fitzy, and also Tyrone
do that?
follows.
Who's saying some stuff? Let me see if I got the power. Let me see what this is.
Do you want me to do it for you?
No,
They'll
I
be
mean,
right
don't you
behind
worry.
NR.
Let me just check it out here.
Professional not far behind.
How do I do it? Who's saying who?
I'm not gonna say. You're gonna check it out for yourself.
Well, I don't want to kick the wrong person here.
Just
Try.
read the comments. It's kind of obvious. There's 2 battles going on. Dougie Antonio looking to the inside of NR, but backs out. Battle for
Things better of
5th
that.
with B Smooth and Arrow Strike. And
Meanwhile,
Arrow
Professional
Strike.
getting ever closer.
Yeah, it's right there. Just tricky part of the track, and B Smooth just right behind Arrow Strike. He may make up another move, and Speed's back in 11th gets by. GTR around the outside, so gets the advantage done there.
What up, Chris Logan? How you been? I'm just reading them now.
Are you signed
We'll
on the
talk
TCR
afterwards,
account?
Chris Logan. We'll talk after about you coming back. Frost Hacker.
I think the people who have like disliked are the people that either got kicked from the session
So
or weren't
Dougie is
allowed in
pulling
the
into the
session.
pits now.
Yep. Professional Dougie Antonio. Professional stays out. Antonio does not. I think. Did I see someone
Dougie will
exit?
put
No.
on a set of supers.
Are they pitting yet? What's happening?
Dougie's just strapped on a set of supers.
Nice, nice. There you go, Dougie.
Meanwhile, everyone else is
Got B Smooth
staying
on
out.
the softs. Come on, new wing for him.
Oh, and new front wing. Sao Paulo is coming around now, so he will take. Yep, he will
Man,
take position
Odom's
as well with-
Odom's lost a lot. He probably had a lot of wing damage. Holding up through Sean Fitzy's little blue flag situation.
So a good part
See.
of the race done and over with. Do you think the second stint is going to change around the positions? Because, I mean, like we said, it just depends on what tires they put on. There's some guys like Antonio and Odoms who put on the super sauce, and there's Sao Paulo, Speedsta, there's B Smooth, there's Tyrone Motor City who have put on the soft tires, and here's a battle for second place and are defending very well. Do you think tire choice is going to really matter on the second stint?
Yeah, they will. I'm telling you, McSennet's staying out. He's probably going to go to the super soft, but every lap him and NR stay out, they're losing time to whoever just pitted. Dougie, Odoms, Be Smooth, they're losing time. So, and they're also, you have to, when you pit, if McSennet gets stuck behind somebody, he has to try to get through that as well.
Oh,
So,
second
it's going to be interesting once he pits.
Into the pits, McSendet's still out there. McSendet has a good enough gap to just, you know, stay out there for 10 laps and pit. I think he'd still have the lead, but... into the pits, goes Professional a couple laps later than Odoms. Will this benefit them against people who have pitted? Let's actually turn on the detailed stops.
Professional's gonna pass in the pit. NR has a front link change.
Let's look at Dougie Antonio. Dougie Antonio gets by, gets the undercut, and takes a provisional lead. However, McSendet has not stopped yet. Professional back in 5th. Odoms, can he get his teammate? It's close, but he barely jumps him. It is Professional, but he's going to get the switchback. They'll be wheel to wheel off turn 3. And the two Silver Arrows are going at it. And around the outside, can Odoms do anything about it? They touch wheels, and they're still side by side off the corner and clears them. Odoms for P5. Woo! Got the job done. Oh, but not yet. And it's over again. Odoms hanging on to 5th.
Trying to do this here.
Trying to do what?
Trying to figure this out.
Figure what out?
No, the whole chat thing. I don't know.
Are you signed on the TCR
what do I do?
account?
I said, yeah, I put him in timeout, but...
There's so many messages deleted. All of them.
It says, add moderator. No, we do not need that.
No. Well, hold on. I'm gonna comment. You
Hide
can,
user on this channel. Remove.
You can add me as a moderator if you want. Just me there. Extend it into the pits. Finally.
Oh, all right. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think he'll have plenty of time.
Well, he had a 13-second gap before, so he should have just enough time, to say the least.
Yeah. Plus, Arrow comes in, so McSend it.
Destiny comes in.
Looking for his a nice, sweet victory here at Singapore.
Oh, wow, look at the gap. I mean, Dougie Antonio, he's pitted. Look at the time gain there. McSend it. It's 4 seconds before it was 13. I have no clue. I mean, I think that was a gap to someone else. I think that's when Dougie Antonio still pitted, but I didn't know the gap was that small. I thought it was 13 seconds, but it kind of blows my mind a little bit.
Well, it's around, yeah, we'll say 4 seconds, a little under. Dougie, with a really good undercut, he's able to go from 4th. He jumped Odoms and Nur. So, we'll see if he can hold it. He's got a big gap to Odoms, so I don't know about penalties. He's just got to... It depends what he's thinking. If he's thinking, let me just manage 2nd, or maybe let me push a little bit and get to 1st. You know, maybe I could get into this battle, but the gap looks like it's coming down a little bit.
NR has a 3-second.
Yep, 6th place. Gap is 3/10. However, NR feels he's faster than Sao Paulo. He's going to try and make up a move, and I think, is he going to let him by? Yeah, I think he let him by through the corner.
Who let who by?
NR, I think Sao Paulo let NR by for the position there.
Really? Yeah, he is on the softer tire, so maybe that has something to do with it.
I think NR has 6 seconds worth of penalties.
Jeez. McSennet's still clear, right?
I'm not seeing anything.
And McSendet is still 4 seconds clear.
And I think Dougie has a 3 seconds, so right now he's got like 7-second lead. So unless Marquez.
McSendet is actually clean, not even a warning.
That's when you know you're on your game. I added you as a moderator. Oh, alright.
I think everything's calm in the chat
what did Chris Logan do?
Calling people names. I think if you...
Oh, was he? I don't know.
Yeah, originally he was...
It's a whole big thing. Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
alright.
enough of the chat. Motor passes Xander, and Xander, well, obviously he just pitted on those ultra soft, so he's gonna go for a late race stint, and he's hopefully gonna try and set a fast lap as the grip levels on the track have increased, and hopefully he gets something in it. He's 16th, so I think all he's going for now is just a fast lap. You know, he's not gonna get points unless half the field crashes out. And actually, I think he got a warning for crossing the line before the pit exit. That's just me, though. I did notice that. And Sean Fitzy has lost a session. His night has gone from bad to worse.
Bad to really bad.
It's just not his day,
bad to really bad.
Actually, just let me bring up the points right now, which will change. So, alright. I'll wait for this battle, because I feel like NR's going to pass him on the straight here.
We're coming in the final corner. He's close enough.
Oh, is he going to do something? No, he's just going to wait.
Get him there, get him!
No, he's not.
Running number 83 on that car.
This game really is amazing, isn't it? I don't even know whether he's on the softs or the supers. The damn thing keeps moving.
Yeah. No, they try to trick you.
Whoa, look at that move.
NR does get around.
Nice.
That was impressive.
Who's
Nice
it? Oh, is he disconnected?
He's disconnected. I didn't even get a message from his disconnection.
Is he paused? What is happening here?
I don't know. It says he's an AI, so he has not disconnected.
Is he on the wheel? Maybe his controller died.
Maybe others. Yeah, he's on a controller. Maybe his controller died, and he's in AI
his wheel
mode.
broke. I don't know what he's on.
Well, no. He originally had a wheel, and then he went to pad for some reason. I think it broke. I don't know. And maybe his controller died. I don't know. So.
Very interesting. I think he got control back. He just got control back. He is now back in this race.
He cannot be happy.
That is terrible.
That happened in... What was it, the practice race? Before the preseason practice race? Something he disconnected, or...
Whoa, what a lack of
one of the
professional.
races he disconnected.
Professional almost retired the car in part of the track. It's Sector 3, you know, where everyone just they can lock up and run into the barrier. It's right where you go underneath the grandstand. You know that area?
Yep.
Yeah, Professional locked up and just skimmed that right side, barely missed it from locking up. He is a lucky survivor right now, and the Silver Arrow guys held their breath for a second, both of them, but lucky that they're still in this race.
Battle for 16th here. Leon Andre on John Dog. John Dog just moves over. He's a reserve. He's letting him by. Good work, John Dog.
Put on a show, John.
Might as well. You're not getting points.
He's having fun. Has Speedster pitted yet?
In the very beginning of the race.
Yes. Did he have the wing damage? Yeah.
Yes. Where is he actually right now? There's somebody.
He's in P8. That's pretty good. I mean, if he could take those supers to the end, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, he's on the softs actually. He's on the softs actually, but the game says he's on the supers because this game is broken. But
so is he on the soft or the super soft?
He's on the soft. It just go to the left hand side.
He's on the soft.
Yeah, the left hand doesn't really show the correct. Anyway, up through the grid, and Gepser, I mean, just keep your eyes on Odoms. I mean, he had the pace for a podium today. Now that he's back and he's gained more than a second off of Sao Paulo, who's in fifth. So look for an overtake in the second stint between those two.
What if he just did that on purpose to to make it interesting for us? I mean, he has more than 10 laps to go.
He's if I were him, I would not.
Driver.
If I were him, I wouldn't do that.
Hey, I have no idea. I'm sure that's not what he wanted to do, but I feel like if he could get to the position he was once at, that would be pretty good by him. Odoms on Sao Paulo. Is he close enough? DRS to the inside is Odoms. Nice move there by Odoms.
Hold it off. Now he has to work up his
That's-
teammate.
Yep. Mercedes are going to get some good points here.
I don't think they're in their same party. Yeah, they are leading constructors, but I don't think they're in the same party. But just down to Drivers' Championship, I think Professional would know that he should let him by. I would let him by for two reasons. One, because
sure.
Team Orders, you know, you're the number 2 driver. And two, your teammate disconnected from the session. If he works his way back to the field and works up to you, you know, it's not his fault that he's behind you. It's merely the gamer's internet, or just his controller in general. So, I mean, I just let him back by again, you know, so he can work on the next car. But, yeah, that's what I'd do if I were Professional.
But we'll see if he can catch him. I'm pretty sure he will. He looks to have some pretty good pace
2.6. 2.6 again. Yeah, 2.3.
Tyrone.
That's Tyrone. Let me bring up the
Points?
some points here. Coming into this race, it was Fitzy and Odoms tied with 58 points. That will definitely change today with Fitzy disconnected, and Odoms getting looks like some points today. We had McSendit in third with 50 points, so I think he'd be your leader after this race. Odoms in fourth with 48 points, not too far behind. Might be able to jump Fitzy with a nice second place. And then following in fifth, we have Speedster with 33 points. He's in the points with P8, but not. I'm sure he would have liked some more points than just, what is that? 1, 2, 4 points. So that is that. Those are your championship contenders.
I would like to point out our reserve driver of Motor is running 11th place. You said he's going to run in the back. Is he, you know, outperforming your expectations tonight?
No. I mean, I don't know.
The GTR is on him.
Right. Yeah, he's got to hold. If he holds back GTR, then maybe, yeah.
Possibility. Get 210s. Oof.
Although, is that a 28-second gap from Destiny the Motor?
Yes,
I'm afraid it is. So if someone does retire in front of him and GTR breaks his front wing on Motor, Motor could get a point tonight. Let's keep that in mind. There's still a chance for Motor to get a point tonight.
Oh, come on, Motor. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah, I gotta root for the dark horse here. I mean, the upset. I mean, what a day it'd be from just to get a point. You'd start bragging about it afterwards, too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I think
You know, I'd love to see if GTR gets past Motor here. Let's look. No, he'll wait a little bit longer. If GTR gets past Motor, he's probably like, all right, good, one more spot to the points. Then he looks up in the top left and says, she's 29 seconds. It's kind of like, yeah, this day over.
Xander is slowly creeping up.
That's kind of funny. To me, that's kind of funny when you look up, oh, 30 seconds.
Okay, here they do come along now to the start-finish straight. DRS wide open. GTR will get past.
I was hoping to see a broken front wing, but did run wide a little bit.
Well, we do see Odoms catched up. He's less than a second with his teammate. We'll see if there's a team order swap, or if this is going to be a nice battle here. Although Motor's still on GTR. This might be another battle here for 11th, even though
every position matters.
Points. Come on, Motor, put on a show for us.
Come on, you gotta put on a show. He's just falling back a little bit.
Jump
I
on the
would like to point out Odom's 8 tenths behind his teammate of Professional. He's reeled him in by a couple tenths per lap, and he's put on a good show. There is, again, 11 laps to go. He's trying to work himself back into the podium. Do you think that's possible?
No, I don't think so. I think... Well, actually, they do have a good set of time. I think he could catch NR.
Maybe.
But speaking of the top...
both have the same amount of penalties, though, so I think I'm not too sure about that.
penalties. Speaking of the top, I just have to say, Mick Sendit, he's just been flawless today. I still think he doesn't even have a warning. He's just been at the front. He's been controlling his race. He's just cruising to the end.
Yep. Xander's close to Motor, by the way, for 12th place. Motor's falling down like a rock. I don't know what happened to him, but, I mean, luckily after him, next car's Leandre. But after that, next car is Tyrone, and he's off the session. He's 38 seconds behind, so no need to worry for Motor, but I think we commentators cursed him. I mean, after we said he's doing so well, next thing you know, people start passing him. However, a move done for 12th place. Xander will go by Motor after Motor lets him by before the left-hander. So Xander into 12th place. Sadly, gets nothing for it compared to last season, but it is what it is. And McSendit extends his gap back up to almost 7 seconds. Keep that in mind. But again, we're going to keep looking at the battle for 4th place between the two Silver Arrows. Professional hanging on against his teammate of Odom's. Now that I think of it, I mean, he is close enough. You would have thought that Professional would have moved over by now, but since he's still there, it just begs the question if he's racing for that position and wants to keep his teammate behind him. Doesn't matter. I mean, if they finish 4th and 5th, no matter what, depending where they are, they're still going to get the same amount of points for constructors. Roughly 24, or no, not 24, 22 points for constructors, 12 plus 10, so 4th and 5th. Depending on penalties, by the way. So again, not a bad points day for Mercedes, of course. They still lead constructors right now by, I think, by 3-4 points. So again, they'd like to maintain that. Yeah.
It's quite close between two teams, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah.
We'll just pull it up here.
Mercedes on top with 75. Force India with 72, just behind them. And then Ferrari in third with 52.
Fitz, he's saying a lot was due to his lag tonight, so.
Yeah, I think we've seen that a lot. He's been lagging quite a bit in this session so far, but as we come across the line, 9 laps to go. Singapore Grand Prix, and it actually looks like he'll let him by, and he does.
I don't know about let by. That was kind of...
Yeah, I think he took that position from him.
I was running on
Professional kind of held around the outside there. He got pushed off a little bit there.
Oh, okay. I was running on board of you, I can tell.
Professional's got DRS. Let's see what we got here. He's looking.
He'll slot in behind his teammate.
He definitely, I don't know if he has the pace to keep up. From what I see, I think he's on the Ultras, but he's on the Super Sauce, but I don't think that's right.
He's on the Supers.
Odoms too?
Yep, both on the same tire.
Alright, well, Codemaster's got me on the Ultras, so Odoms. Definitely caught up to Be Smooth, less than a second. This is for 9th.
And my voice is starting to go. I can sense it. I keep trying to cough it up, but like I can tell my voice is. What can you tell? Or is your voice
we got
going?
Mercs. We got MRX.
Mr. X. Yeah.
We got the constructors Mercedes at 75, Force India at 72, Ferrari at 52, Renault at 50, McLaren 44, and then the rest are a little off the pace. But very close towards the constructors.
Yellow flags.
We need to find.
Can't. For it was very brief. I guess it was no.
So,
In Singapore GP, it's a long race. Not on.
Yeah, it is. I think we could keep our eyes on Leandre and Motor. I'm not sure if Leandre passed Motor, but Motor is actually... Never mind. Yeah, I think Leandre did pass him. So if we want to keep our eyes on someone, maybe...
We got that. We got Destiny. Destiny and Be Smooth.
Yep, there you go. And again, fantastic camera work. Thank you so much, Codemasters. Nice to see that we are supplying the battle. But he's getting close, and he's been reeling him in ever since around a couple laps ago. He's starting to really apply the pressure on Be Smooth as the bricks start to handle on himself, on his shoulders. Are starting to apply the pressure, of course, and Be Smooth. Again, he's really good under pressure. And of course, you remember a couple seasons ago in the first race of the season in TCR. Seafreeze, you know this, of course. You were in that Red Bull car at Bahrain. And the last lap you ran wide, he handled it under pressure unlike you, and he went on to win that race with only leading the last lap.
Yeah,
and
let's not mention that one.
He's good under pressure. I like to say he's good under pressure. He had a lot of pressure to gain a lot of time on you, and he did it. So I mean, Be Smooth here.
He knows what he's doing. I like him.
So two experienced veterans in TCR going up against each other. Who do you think is going to win the end of this one? I mean, we have around 5-6 laps to go, so most likely should be Destiny.
Destiny.
Yeah,
He's
Destiny.
got the pace advantage. I don't know about penalties and all that, but looking very racy here.
Too many penalties.
Although you never know, Be Smooth might have something for him. Put it up in Rich, maybe. He's been saving a little bit. I don't know. If only I knew. See if he's got a move here now. Destiny with the DRS. Look for a move down the inside. Be Smooth. Ooh! Tries to go for a defend. Little wheel banging. Undercut for Destiny down the inside. More wheel banging.
We got him on the tire. Oh, that was too close. Just squeezed his car in and was able to still have 4 tires after that exchange. And with 6 laps to go, I think he's got to be a little more careful if he wants to finish the race.
That was kind of something.
Oh yeah, it was something.
You know, we should we should start messaging the drivers saying, "Yay, you know, pull back a couple seconds, you know, start making something happen, you know." Maybe suggestion in the for next time.
You know, someone should just sit down the main straight, just in turn 1, have a sniper out, and someone has too big of a if someone has too big of a lead, just shoot down one of their tires. That would spice up the race.
Definitely.
Maybe take off a bit of front wing. Maybe not the end of the world, but something. Whoa, NR!
Oh, NR is gone!
Oh,
that's just heartbreaking.
I don't know what that could have happened.
NR. Is that on the straight, bud?
That's on the straight. He lost a tire on the straight.
Oh dear.
From now on, I would like to see that, but just saying, we can't be saying anything about Brennan until we get your stuff figured out, because you cannot be crashing on the straight, my bud.
Oh no.
You had, what, 5 laps left? Nar.
This gives Odom's a podium, believe it or not.
This does give Odom's a podium, and also gives GTR that points that we were talking about before. GTR, and he has to gain a whole minute though. Minute and 3 seconds to get that.
What is it?
That 10.
Is it the
Imagine if Motor fended off GTR and
then
Alexander. Motor would have had a point also.
Top 10 from now on. We switched. Now it's top 10. He just got passed. And our bud. I'm gonna look in the chat. I'm gonna.
He can't be happy back in the garage. He's probably visibly upset. Much like, oh crap, who was it that crashed in the under safety car at Baku in the real life Grand Prix?
He didn't hit the safety car. That was Grosjean. and he was like,
Yeah, so he
Ericsson
crashed
hit me.
under.
And Ericsson was nowhere to be seen, making contact
That
with
was
his car.
that was his engineer. His engineer said he hit him.
No, I thought Grosjean said it.
NR just said, well,
No, Grosjean.
I know not to use that setup for Singapore ever again. Ha ha ha. I should just use my TT setup. And I said, crashing on the straight at NR, New Brennan. NR said, pushing the limits. How can you push on the straight though? I mean, it is a little bend, but not even like the worst F1 driver could make that happen. I mean, you might get a little loose, but like, I cannot picture that in my mind. I mean, I don't know. That's something. That's something else.
Just a lapse in concentration.
Could be. Nah. Washed up. Champion. Washed up.
Well, maybe we'll see him in the Thursday class.
Potentially.
Maybe Seafreeze will make the step up.
I
And
might.
replace him, yeah, maybe.
I
Show him
definitely
how
won't
it's
crash
done.
on the straight, I'll tell you that much.
Let's send it now
Oh,
with a 10
man.
second gap over W.
Couple more laps to go. McSend it. Man, if I'm McSend it, you know, we are off next week. We come back in 2 weeks' time to Britain.
2
Britain
weeks.
GP. Well, we have the week off and then we come back. So we got next week off and then we come back. But we go to British GP. And in my mind, there is really no one that could really beat McSend. I mean, even Odoms.
I mean, to be fair, Odoms has had his share of misfortune in this race.
Destiny's into the pits. Point scoring day down the drain for Destiny. Actually,
it's not a good day for the McLaren boys.
no, I think he's still gonna get points. Look where GTR is.
His GTR's 35 seconds back.
I think he just wants to go for a fast lap.
That's a veteran move.
Yeah, he's going for a fast lap.
Although, wasn't he just ahead of
make sure he gets to the end too.
I mean,
it's
those
2 extra
tires
points.
must have been...
I don't think he
He
cares.
must have been screaming.
Yeah. Maybe he was thinking
Also,
maybe puncture in the next lap when maybe I'll just go in to conserve my
I think
2
he had
points.
penalties as well. I'm gonna check here.
I would say a veteran move, but I mean, if he lost that position...
No, he did
Motor
not
goes back.
Or,
Motor
I mean,
passes
if he
Xander. So now Motor is close to a top 10.
Who else is gonna crash on the straight?
Someone better. Someone in the top 10 better retire. I want to see this kid get a point. I honestly do.
Well, keep talking about McSend. You might give him the commentator's curse like you gave Motor.
Nick Sendit has done a phenomenal job today. He's led every single lap. He's done phenomenal. There's no way that he cannot finish this race. I think that's all I have to say,
Barring
right?
an act of God.
Yeah, seriously, McSend has done a phenomenal job this season. I mean, he's only done 2 races, and he's only third in points, but out of those 2 races, McSend, he's gotten the pole both times.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
gotten
for
fastest
sure, for
lap
sure.
both times, and he's won it both times. So he has a 100% accuracy for everything.
That's a fact. I think it's a long season though, so we'll see. I mean, some people have stronger tracks. I mean, we do. Coming into this, we did know that Odom's, this wasn't his favorite track. Maybe that he didn't do much practice, as he was saying. Maybe if it's a track he really likes. I don't know what tracks he likes. Maybe he do more practice and maybe beat McSend. So we'll see.
He's still got a podium here. Although professional's 4 seconds back on him.
I will say it was a very nice racing from professional to get 4th in this race. You know, I think he missed last week. Come back 4th. I mean, that's a pretty good race for him.
Oh, yeah, wasn't this NR's comeback race too?
This was NR's comeback race, and he DNF on the straight. So,
oh dear.
Can't say
Arrow,
I'm
another good
disappointed.
finish.
So Odoms does have a 3-second.
Who would you say is the driver of the day for today?
Oh, that's a good one.
let's talk some driver of the day.
I have 2 drivers in mind. I have McSendit and Speedster. I think those guys stand out in my mind. Who do you have?
Well, I got 2 in particular, and they're actually first and second right now. McSendit, I feel like if you look, he probably still does not have a warning, and that in itself at Singapore is driver of the day. But Dougie, throughout the pit stops, I don't know what happened, but he jumped Odoms and R. I know there must have been a little something with the blue flag situation, but to get second, I mean, that's pretty good for him. So yeah, and to go back on Speedster, I don't know. I think he could have done better. I mean, to recover the way he did, definitely. At one point he had wing damage, had a pit first lap.
Takes away McSendit's fast lap, yeah.
What would you say, MRX?
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with Alan here. I'm gonna have to give it to McSendit. The way he's just controlled the race, start to finish, he never looked in doubt. But I'm also gonna have to say Odoms there in the third, because to go AI and lose those positions, I don't think it was a disconnect. I think maybe something happened that he had to go away. But he has had a spot of bad luck, well, more than one spot of bad luck, and to get third place still, I think is worthy of driver of the day.
Damage control?
Yeah.
Definitely. I think if we look back at the championship, it could definitely be settled through Singapore. If Odoms doesn't get back and maybe finishes 6th or 7th versus 3rd, I mean, that's pretty good. Damage control. Yeah, I agree with that.
We are on the final lap, however, and McSendit did let by the Williams in front of him there of Motor City. Motor up to 11th. We just gotta hope someone in the top 10 crashes out. Not gonna say anyone's name, but I want to see something happen here. Motor, it's been a good day for him. Maybe penalties could shuffle things out. Let's just hope Destiny has 64 seconds of penalties again. Let's just hope. Well, on the final lap again, McSendit. He has absolutely dominated this Grand Prix, along with the 2 other ones he has won so far this season. And already starting to show off before the race is over.
Take it.
Don't celebrate too early.
To get to the line, do some donuts. You got 9 seconds. Come on. Let's see it.
Yep.
Don't want to weave and end up in a wall.
I remember watching another league race. The guy just won, and he weaved and spun right in front of the line, lost a tire.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he didn't even cross the line too, and he got credited with 13.
No, you have to push it.
Although I will say, Odoms and McSendit, I think they like to crash the car over the line, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah,
because they did a couple races from
final
the YouTube
corner.
I saw.
McSendit takes victory in
there you go.
Singapore.
I'm telling you, he loves to do it. And it's his and Odom's signature move to crash the car.
Yeah, let's see how Odoms is gonna do it. Final corner. Odoms crosses the line.
Look at Odoms. He's doing it now. No, he didn't do it. He's not happy with his race then. Maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't be either.
Man, I knew he was gonna crash it. Ooh, Odoms gets demoted.
Motor cannot get it, but Odoms was so by 2/10. Odoms, I think he knew. I don't think he wanted to crash the car just in that case.
I think he was pushing.
Sure.
Such a bummer.
Although last week he submitted some BS corner cut penalties, and he did get the position back from last week. So we'll see what happens. But hey, if he does stay fourth, that means professional. Podium, that's really good. He might be my driver of the day. I think the podium, first, second, and third, is my driver of the day.
Yeah.
Drivers.
John, I'm not sure if you've seen this.
Beast News said, thanks for that wonderful memory of Bahrain.
Oh, Destiny just got a 3-second penalty while he crashes the car. GTR, is he gonna jump him? He does jump him.
Yeah,
Let's just hope Motor's close enough.
Wow.
I don't think Motor's 30 seconds behind.
No.
No, John's out.
He said he's 30 seconds. I don't know what Destiny's thinking. I mean, he pitted, he lost his spot to Beast News. He crashed the car or whatever, and he got just one more penalty. He lost the spot to GTR.
Motor,
I have no
what are you
idea what he
doing?
was thinking.
Imagine if, like, Motor finished the second behind Destiny just because of that. That'd be hilarious. If one less person was invited to the lobby, Motor would have had a top 10.
If you,
It's kind of disheartening. I was really rooting for him.
So in the end, it is McSendit who is the one to beat today. He was unchallenged and stands on the top once more here in Singapore for his third victory of the season in Trinity Competitive Racing. Alongside him, of course, it is Professional and Dougie Antonio that join him on the podium, and it's Professional's first of the season, I believe. And he's very, very happy with that one after the first 4 races going down the drain for him. And Professional does carry through, and yeah, Destiny had 12 seconds of penalties. Wouldn't matter for Motor, however, just was not there.
Can you just go through the race director if you could real quick? Just to get on.
I want to get all the results here first. Let's scroll all the way down. Gotta make sure for the points.
I'll get the race director.
Race director, incidents, and we're gonna scroll
Just
through this
scroll
very
all the way
quickly. I don't even, there's so many, I don't even think we can
Just keep going, just keep going.
I keep going, oh, we can't get it.
That's fine. Someone will get it.
Yeah. And my live stream just cut short. My game just crashed.